Hi, Sarah here with a layout process video using the Mind the Scrap October kit. To begin with on this layout, I took some mixed media paper, trimmed it down to 11.5 inches squared. I've then taken some texture paste and a dotty stencil, I think that's by Heidi Swapp, and I'm just spreading that through to create a bit of texture on the background before I add some sprays. Also on top of this I add some water once it's dried there, and my mica sprays I use are distressed ones and they're called brushed pewter and tarnished brass. I've also added some gold paint on top of that to try and warm up the tones on that a bit as well. About halfway through this video I do actually cut the whole thing apart and change the background completely, but I thought I'd show the whole process for you anyway, just to see what I do. At the moment the idea is to try and match some of the tones from the little leaves that are down the side there, which are Jen Hadfield collection I believe, that are in the kit as well, to so I'm just trying to match up the colours, like so, sort of stony kind of and wooden kind of tones. Now I'm sticking down my background onto a brown mat, and I've taken some papers there as well, which are Jen Hadfield and Echo Park, the Warm and Cozy collection, and Fall is in the Air is the Echo Park one. I have got 3 papers, but one is the opposite side of the same paper, and I'm just adding them to the bottom because I'll be creating like a sort of reef nest of leaves around my picture, so I wanted to balance out that with a few bits of paper at the bottom as well. So if you do want to get hold of this kit, I believe at present there is still maybe a couple left. I'll leave links below anyway in case you're interested in getting the Mind the Scrap kit. It's great, a great monthly kit that you can subscribe to, or you can get one-off ones if they have any left, which is sometimes but not always. Also I'll leave a link to my own Facebook group where I always put my videos up and do weekly challenges as well on there, and it's just free for everyone to share their work. Okay, so what I've done there is taken my picture and run it through the my scan and cut, and just cut it in an egg shape, and then done a mat slightly larger to pop it up a bit. I've added some foam to the back of that. It's just cheap foam, just chopped up, and just pops it up off the page. And now I'm going to add leaves to the background. I add some behind the picture and some in front, and I also add some foam dots to some of them just to bring it out more, some dimension to it. As you can see now, I've decided the background is not working for me. I've come back the next day, and in the daylight, good daylight, it just looked dirty. The mica powder had spread out too much because of the water, and because it was on white, it just didn't work. So I just, rather than leave it as is and just not be happy with it, I decided just to take it apart and just get a fresh piece of white cardstock and go again. So I've basically just done 12 by 12 cardstock this time, and just layered the papers back on the bottom and took apart the leaf embellishment photo mat, and just trimmed out behind the paper on that, so it's still all stuck together. So it does pop it up quite far, to be honest, but it's just about okay to go in a plastic folder. I just decided to add an extra bit of paper at the bottom as well. I just felt like it balanced it a bit better because it was sloping a bit too much, but I wanted it uneven but not sloping. And here I'm just turning the paper and trying to decide which way around to do it. Just then I did some uneven stitching through the layers, just white thread, just a straight stitch through that, dead easy. I'm terrible at sewing, so it kind of worked that it was quite haphazard for me. And now I'm just sticking down my leaf cluster with lots and lots of tape, because I'm trying to hold it all together at the same time, because it's obviously a bit of a mess on the back of it, but you can't see that once it's down. So I'm just putting that in place. So I've got my nest in place now, and then I just want to add my title to the bottom, and I think I also add, oh no, I'm adding some gold splatters first, and then they're the Heidi Swap Colour Shine gold, and then I use black, which is the Artiste Spritzing Ink in Black Night by Docraft. I also just put the date in at the bottom, and I'm taking out some embellishments there, just random enamel dots and some sequins, because I'm going to add them in amongst the splatters. And I've got tiny word stickers there, they're also in the kit, and they are the Pebbles, I think it's just Pebbles Autumn. And I've also got a paper clip that's just a leaf shape that's just out of my stash from probably a year ago. I think it might be Cedar Lane or something, possibly. So I'm just adding some enamel dots and some sequins now, just along that diagonal, just to finish it off and add a little bit of sparkle to the layout. And that might be it, I think. I don't think I had anything else. Nope, that's about it. Once I've added them sequins in, I'm using a fine liner bottle, which has actually got multi-mix medium in it, and I just dot it down and just add the sequins on top. I mean, I know you can get them sequin tools that can pick up sequins, so I might have to try and get a hold of one of them, because they are quite fiddly to add. And I believe that is it. At the end I do have some close-ups of the finished layout for you. Thanks for joining me, and like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Bye!